Do you get nervous when you have to present, or maybe it's the build-up 10 minutes, an hour before? Speaking anxiety is completely normal. In this video, let's break down why you have it and what you can do to ease it. If this is the first time that we're meeting, my name is Kit Pang from Boston Speaks, and on this channel, I'm here to help you become a confident, engaging, and persuasive speaker. So let's dive into it. Speaking anxiety. Why does it happen? So when it comes to the very first reason, it's task mastery. So what do I mean by task mastery? If you want to learn how to ride a bicycle, are you going out there and riding the bicycle? Not just reading books, not just watching YouTube on riding bicycles, but you're actually going outside and riding a bike. It's the same thing with your speaking. If you're scared of speaking, now, of course, this is the opposite that's going to happen. We might not look for more opportunities, but if you want to get better at a task, how can you get better at it with task mastery? Getting on that bike, finding more opportunities to speak so that you can learn how to, this is the sad part, but learn how to fall and get better at it. You see, the master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. So when it comes to task mastery, are you getting enough opportunities to speak? Are you seeking opportunities? Now, here's one of the most important things too. It's just not about opportunities alone, but it's also taking the risk along with new opportunities that comes with it. So it's opportunities plus risk. Here's what I mean. If, let's say you're Michael Phelps, you try to be the best swimmer that you can be. If you're swimming the same 2 laps, let's say in 2 minutes, and you've been swimming that same 2 laps for the entire year for 2 minutes, are you going to get any better, right? You're going to be at the same level that you are. So maybe the next time I go swim, I can swim that same lap in 1 minute and 50 seconds. So it's the same thing with your speaking. If you're getting enough speaking opportunities, are you taking a little bit of risk each time? See, some of the clients that I work with, they have no problem speaking to people that, like, for example, that they manage. But when they have to present to the board, they start freaking out again. Okay, so when you're comfortable with the speaking situation that you're in already, how can you add a little bit of risk? Perhaps the risk could be, oh, I never tell stories. I'm going to start off with a story this time. Or perhaps you tell too many stories. Just get down to the point. Give an agenda when you first begin. So, number one, why do people have speaking anxiety? Is because they are not seeking enough speaking opportunities. They're not getting mastery on that task, and they're also not taking enough risk. Second reason is high stakes. You see, and my yoga teacher said this really well. When you get stuck in your head, you're dead. That's what happens when it's high stakes to us, and it's only us. Have you ever been in an audience and a speaker is coming up to you and they're saying, "Oh, I'm so nervous," but you're sitting in the audience and you're thinking, "You got nothing to be nervous about," okay? But to the presenter, to the speaker, it's high stakes because, for example, well, what if I mess up? Well, what if I do this? Okay, it's a big meeting. To the rest of the audience, it's probably nothing for them. So when it's high stakes for you, one of the things that you can notice is take a breath, first of all, and notice that what's going on around you, it's not as bad as you thought it was going to be. Actually, nothing might be going wrong. And you just kept on thinking, oh, what if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong, right? You're anticipating what could go wrong. This is also saying, if it's high stakes, every single time I cross the street, a car is going to hit me. You might also be saying, oh, every time I say something wrong, someone might just put me down. In reality, we have to take a breath and notice we're just stuck in our heads, right? When you're stuck in your head, you're dead. So how can you lower the stakes by noticing around you nothing is actually happening? So what's the difference between anxiety and fear actually? Anxiety is the anticipation towards an event that you're not looking forward to. And it's that anticipation that's making you nervous, that's making you have anxiety. Fear is actually when, of course, when something's happening to you and you go into that fight and flight. But anxiety, many people have that because it's the anticipation. They don't want to look forward to that event because they might, think some things might go wrong. And the third reason is because of adrenaline. Now, it's not that we're scared of adrenaline, that we don't know how to handle our adrenaline. At that moment when we're nervous, what happens? We're not breathing. And when we're not breathing, we can't speak clearly. And when we can't speak clearly, that's because we can't think clearly, right? Because we're not taking a breath. Our body is in that fight or flight mode and it's just taking over. So here's one thing that you can do the next time you're in a situation and you notice that you're not breathing, right? And you have this adrenaline. You can manually, this is what I do. I manually put my hand on my heart and I slow down my heart rate, right? You can make this something physical. Or here's what you can also do. You can also tense your arms or your legs or your whole body. Usually afterwards, you want to take a deep breath. The last tip, and this is a fun one, it's in your genes. So a couple of years ago, my wife took this test. It's called 23andMe. I'm not sure if you heard of it before. It's basically, it tells the person everything about the DNA relatives. And so my wife took it because she wanted to find out, if she's missing anything. But there was a fun part with it as well. And so it says there's a list that says you are more likely to like chocolate ice cream over vanilla ice cream, or you're more likely to like anchovies or not. But there's also this one section that says you are more likely or less likely to be afraid of public speaking. So I'm like to my wife, oh, I gotta check this out. I took the test too, and here are my results. And it says, Kit, based on your genetic factors, your genetics and other factors, I'm less likely to have a fear of public speaking. Now, I did have a fear of public speaking, but I don't think it was as huge as some other people, not some people have. Now, take this with a grain of salt, okay? Of course, it's just not 100% in your genetics. It's how you grew up, it's the people that you're surrounding yourself with. If you are one of those people, you just have a bigger anxiety when you're facing people. Just know it could be genetics as well. So I hope all of these tips helped you understand a little bit more about, okay, what's causing the speaking anxiety and some things that you can do about it.